everyone, so I'm here with Ryder and I have one of his favorite treats, which is a carrot. So this is a whole carrot, pretty big one. If I break it, I'm going to try to break it right in the middle. I now have 2 halves of a carrot. So what would one of these be called? Think about that, pause the video, think about it. So if this is 2 halves or 1 whole carrot, one of the pieces is called 1/2 or 1 out of 2 parts because there are 2 parts of the carrot now, and together that makes 1 whole carrot, which is what Ryder's going to get now. So now I have 1 circle. And I'm going to shade in half of the circle blue. So I've shaded half of the circle blue. So what would I call the part of the circle that is blue? It would be 1/2. 1/2 is blue and 1/2 is still white. 1 out of 2 parts is blue, 1 out of 2 parts is white. Together, it makes 1 whole circle. So another kind of circle we've been talking about is clocks. So on this clock, I'm going to do the same thing I did to the circle and shade in half of the clock. So I shaded in half of the clock. So now half of the clock, 1/2 of the clock is blue, the other half of the clock is still white. Notice the line goes from the 12 to the 6, and I've showed half an hour. Remember that for what we're about to learn. Before we go on, I think we need a little bit of a movement break. So I'm going to go outside and show you some exercises you can do while practicing your skip counting. Hey everyone, it's Miss Ellis. I'm going to take a little bit of a body break, a movement break. I'm going to show you some exercises that we can do. And we're going to be counting by, I have Ryder here too. We're going to be counting by 2s, 5s, and 10s as we do these exercises. So the first one is you're going to reach up across your body like you're picking something off a tree and then bring it down. Reach up this way, pick something off the tree and bring it down. And we're going to count by 2s as we do these. Ready? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. All right, now we're gonna do elbow to knee touches. Again, it's gonna be your right elbow to your left knee. So we're gonna cross our body again. And this time we're gonna count by 5s all the way up to 50. Ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. All right, the last exercise is jumping jacks. That's where we go all the way out and back together. And this time we're going to be counting by 10s all the way to 100. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And we're gonna do one last one that's a challenge. Jumping jacks again, but this time start at 100 and go back down by 10s. All right? 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 0. All right, so now that our bodies are all loosened up, we're gonna go back in and do some more math. So last time we talked a lot about the hour hand on an analog clock. Right now we're going to look at the minute hand. The minute hand, remember, is the longer hand. It's usually thinner too. And this hand stays at the 12 when it is exactly 10 o'clock or 7 o'clock or 3 o'clock. When we talk about the half hour, this hand is going to move halfway around the circle. So go ahead and make a prediction. If I'm going to move this hand halfway around the circle, which number would it point to? So just look at the minute hand right now and look what halfway around the circle would look like. Let's try it out. Halfway around the circle would be right at the 6. Pat yourself on the back if you got that one right. So you can see that the circle now is cut in half and that the minute hand has gone halfway around the circle. So I have a question for you. How many minutes are in 1 hour? You can go ahead and pause this. You can think about it. You can ask an adult. How many minutes are in an hour? So if you said there's 60 minutes in an hour, good job, you are right. For the minute hand to go all the way around the clock, that is 60 minutes. If you were to count all these little lines on the clock, there are 60 of them. It takes 60 minutes to go all the way around the whole circle. So how long does it take to go halfway? Go ahead and pause again and tell me how many minutes does it take to go halfway around the clock? The answer, 30 minutes. So it takes 30 minutes for the minute hand to go halfway around the clock. So 30 minutes is half an hour. All right, so we're going to practice writing the digital clock time by looking at the analog clock. So I'm going to do a few with you, and then I'm going to give you some challenges to try on your own. So if the minute hand is pointing at the 12, and the hour hand is pointing at the 3, go ahead and tell me with words what time that is. It's 3 o'clock. So the way we write that in digital time is we write a 3 first, and then we're going to make a colon like this. And if it's 3 o'clock exactly, which means the minute hand's pointing right up at the 12, after the 3, we write 0, 0, like this. It's not 300 because there's the colon there. 3 o'clock. Here, I'll try another one with you. All right, the next one, the hour hand's at the 8, the minute hand's at the 12. So this time is 8 o'clock. So let's write that digitally. We'll start with 8. Draw the colon. And 0, 0. 8 o'clock. Next, we're going to practice writing some times to the half hour. So for it to be to the half hour, I need to move my minute hand down to the 6, halfway down the clock. And I'm going to put my hour hand between 9 and 10. So remember, if we're between 9 and 10, if we're still in chapter 9 of the book, we have not gotten to chapter 10 yet, it's still 9 o'clock. So I'm going to write the 9 first, and the colon. Then, remember, the minute hand moved from here down to the 6, halfway around the clock and half hour. Does anyone remember how many minutes is in half an hour? 30. 30 minutes is in half an hour. So after that colon, I'm going to add 30. And that time now says 9:30. Let's try one more to the half hour. All right, so the hour hand is between the 2 and the 3. So we're going to still be in the 2 o'clock hour. The minute hand, oh, actually, let me write the first part first. 2, colon, like this. And then the minute hand is at the 6, which is half an hour, which means 30 minutes past 2 o'clock. So I'm going to write 30 after the colon. So it's important to remember that if the minute hand's at the 12, your time will end with 0, 0, meaning o'clock. If the minute hand is at the 6, your time will end with 30, because 30 minutes is half of an hour. So I'm going to show you a time, and you're going to need any kind of paper and any kind of pen or pencil. And I'm going to show you the time. Then I want you to pause the video, write down the digital time like I just did, then press play. I'll show you my answer. If it matches, nice job, pat yourself on the back. We're going to do 6 problems all together. Here is your first time. Please pause the video and write down the digital time. If you wrote 5 o'clock just like this, nice job. The next time I want you to write is here. If you wrote 10 o'clock, nice job. We're going to get a little bit trickier now. The next time I want you to write is here. If you wrote 3:30, good work. Our next time is here. The answer was 8:30. We only have 2 more left to go. The next time is here. The answer was 12 o'clock. The next time, the last time, is here. I'll give you a hint. It's 30 minutes past the one we just did. The last answer was 12:30. Nice work. So that is the end of today's lesson. My challenge for you is look at an analog clock in your house and tell a parent what hour the clock is in. For example, if your clock looks like this, tell your parent it's in the 12 o'clock hour. Or if your clock looks something like this, tell your parent you're in the 3 o'clock hour. So look for that hour hand and tell a parent what hour you are in. See you soon.